I used to be afraid of failing, but now I think I'm more terrified of succeeding at things that don't matter. It was junior year of undergrad, and I was part of the university rocket team. We were the rocket moms, and we competed in this national rocketry competition. The goals of the competition were straightforward. Build a multi-stage rocket to go as high as possible and fully recover it. Now, there are other ways to earn points, but ultimately the rocket that goes the highest and comes back wins. And we've been working on this project for about a year, and it was finally time to launch. We find a launch site in North Carolina that can handle our altitude. We drive out there, put our rocket on the launch pad, and, well, for reasons I don't have time to get into, our launch failed. But we were good engineers because we had backup parts to build a second rocket. So all of us huddled into one hotel room and spent the entire night putting together a second rocket. And we go out to the launch site the following morning, and then something goes really wrong. There's this little device that goes in the rocket that controls major functions of it, like when it should separate, when the second stage should ignite, when the parachute should come out, etc. It's sort of like the brain of the rocket. And this thing just stops working, and we can't launch without it. So I'm stressed out running around trying to get this thing to work, and nothing seems to work. And then our faculty advisor has to make the difficult decision, call it a day, tells us to pack our bags and head back home. But in my mind, I was like, hell no. There's no way we're going to quit now. So I quickly download the entire instruction manual for this stupid piece of crap. And I'm going through page by page, trying to figure out what I can do. And as my teammates are throwing their bags into their car, I throw my hands out and I go, guys, wait, I think I found something. I felt like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, when there's like a nuclear bomb or something that's about to go off, and it's like 3, 2, you literally see one flash on the screen, and he hits a button to save the day. This was going to be my movie moment. And I tried what the manual said, and it worked. Oh my gosh, it freaking worked. I felt like Jordan, fourth quarter, game 6. I was like, oh man, we put this thing back in the rocket. We put the rocket back on the launch pad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, ignition. And now, here's some important advice for all of you, because this is super relevant for everything you guys do. Never launch a rocket that you built in one night in a hotel room. Because this thing literally exploded above us. I didn't have my movie moments. We were devastated. Literally 1 year's worth of work gone to ashes. We had to pack our bags and head home. Over the next couple of days, we figured out what went wrong with our rocket. But there was nothing we could do about it because, well, we were out of money. We couldn't afford another launch trip, and our university didn't fund us anymore. But I just couldn't get rid of this itch inside that said if we just fix these few design flaws, then we have a winning rocket. But how was I going to convince my teammates to do one more launch and pay for it out of pocket? I'm telling you, this is a safe space, right? Don't judge me for what I'm about to tell you. Because what I did was, I went to my teammate Jace when he was by himself, and I said, Jace, Ben, Jordan, Austin, and Caleb are in, are you in? The thing was, I never spoke to Ben, Jordan, Austin, or Caleb. Jace was like, well, if they're all in, then I'm in too. Then I go to Ben, and I say, Ben, Jace, Jordan, Austin, and Caleb are you in? And Ben was like, well, if they're all in, then I'm in too. Eventually I got them all to say yes to me. I know it was manipulation, but guys, I really wanted to win this thing. So we spent an entire week staying up every night putting together this new rocket that didn't have the design flaws of our previous rockets. And we find a launch site in Florida, and we drive out there. And the morning of the launch, I was feeling pumped, I was ready. I even had that Michael Jordan clone from JCPenney for $23.99. I put on 6 pumps, one for each championship. I was feeling it. I was feeling confident. We get to the launch site, put the rocket on the launch pad, 5, 4. Oh boy, now my confidence is gone. My knees are shaking. I can barely stand. 3, 2. I can't even breathe. I'm not going to look at this thing. 1. Boom. Ignition. 7 seconds later. Boom. Separation and ignition of second stage. And then I heard the sweetest sound I've ever heard in my life. If I could name my future child the sound, I would. That was the sound of our rocket going supersonic and breaking the sound barrier at 1,300 miles an hour. Now, And we had a GPS satellite that was in the rocket that was connected to one of our phones. We could see how high this thing was going. 6,000 feet, 7,000 feet. At this point, we realized we just broke the competition record. 8,000 feet, 9,000 feet, 10,000 feet. Holy crap, this thing was going off like a rocket. Now, like I said earlier, in order for any of this to count, we have to fully recover it. And when your rocket goes that high, and the parachute come out, it's going to drift really far away. So we start tracking the rocket, we start walking, and we walk and walk until we can't walk anymore. Because all we see in front of us is a huge Florida swamp with high, sharp grass and low visibility. Now our rocket is underwater, it wasn't transmitting a signal to us anymore. So we only had its last known location. But the swamp wasn't going to stop us. We get in the water, 1 hour goes by, no rocket. 2 hours go by, no rocket. 3 hours go by, still no rocket. At this point, things are getting serious. It's 100-degree Florida humid weather. We didn't bring water with us from lunch, and we're dehydrating with hungry. And this sharp grass kept cutting us. We were walking through nasty swamp water with open wounds. But we kept telling each other, it's all going to be worth it, because once we get the rocket, we're national champions. Then, we keep looking for it. And as we are in the swamp, we see water moccasins, which are these venomous snakes, way past us. At this point, we say, maybe not worth it. We get out of the swamp. Besides, the farm rules stated that we had to be out of there in like another 40 minutes anyway. We headed back. Guys, I wish I had the time to tell you how deeply disappointing and frustrating that was. Now, like I told you guys earlier, we didn't have money for this launch. So in order to keep costs low, all 7 of us were staying in one hotel room. And all 7 of us had just spent 3 hours in the swamp. And all 7 of us smelled horrible. And we had one bathroom. And as I'm waiting for my turn to use the bathroom, I get a text message from my ex-girlfriend, Haley. Now, Haley and I met in high school. We had AP calculus together, but really, we had chemistry. I really like this girl. And a long time ago, I naively thought I was going to marry her. It hadn't even been that long since we broke up. And she sends me a picture of her hand with a ring on it. No. I know. I felt like an emo Drake. I was like, I miss that girl. Myself. At the end, I was like, whatever, very lost. If you got that last reference, I want to be a friend. Anyway, I'll speak. This day was ending up to be at least my worst 34 worst days of my life. It was bad. And I was feeling all emotional. I was like scrolling through old pictures of us on my phone. And as I'm scrolling through the photos, I see something that changes everything. Apparently, one of my teammates used my phone to record a video of the coordinates of the rocket. And now this changes everything, because now we don't just have the last known location, we have all the previous locations as well. And now you might ask, well, why is that important? Because guys, what ultimately runs the universe? That's right, mathematics. I can use math to predict the future by using the past. And that's exactly what I did. I traced out the trajectory of the rocket. I Googled the wind conditions so that they take it into account. I used kinetic equations. I started the data, do the math, and boom. We now have a new location for the rocket. Fourth quarter, game 6. Yeah, I didn't have to manipulate my team to get back in the snake-infested swamp because of math. And then the next morning, we go to a fishing store, buy fishing waders so it'll make it easier for us to walk through the nasty swamp water. We have these adjustable wrenches in our hands to use as weapons in case snakes show up. Don't find me after you want to see a video of all this happening. And we get to the swamp, and within 5 minutes, I heard the second greatest sound I've heard in my life, and that was my teammate Caleb yelling, I effing found it! The rocket was less than 5 feet away from where my math predicted it to be. Ooh. Now, there's an important detail I left out of all this. In order for any of this to count, our judges had sent us a little device called an altimeter that goes in the rocket, and when it comes back, it beeps out a sequence of numbers that tells you how high you went. And you're supposed to video record this beeping in order to send back to the judges. But our rocket had just been underwater for 24 hours. It wasn't beeping. The batteries were dead. The speakers are probably dead too. But we were hoping that maybe, just maybe, if we put in new batteries, this thing might beep at altitude one more time. So we carried the rocket back to the launch site like a newborn baby. We put in a new battery. We hold our breath. And then I heard the third greatest sound. That is a subtle and faint, yet detectable sequence of numbers that put us at 11,563 feet. Oh my gosh, we were champions. Over the next couple of weeks, we were flown out to award ceremonies, research conferences, news interviews, newspaper articles. There were banners with our photos on it. Even local gas stations had our pictures up on their walls. To contextualize, this wasn't that big of a deal. This wasn't even the most prestigious rocket competition. All of you guys in here have done things 100 times more impressive. But to us, this was our NBA, and I felt like LeBron James, who brought the Cavs back down 3-1 in 2016. As far as college went, we were killing it. This is it. This is it. I wanted this so bad. I worked so hard for this. This is it. This is it. Wait. This is it. Wait. Is this it? Anyhow, I wish I could explain why. When I put so much time, effort, meaning, and identity into this thing, and it gave me everything I wanted out of it, it was the emptiest I've ever felt. There's this famous interview of Tom Brady after he wins his third Super Bowl ring, and he's at the peak of his career back then, and he's asked, "How do you feel?" And he goes, "Honestly, I thought it would feel like more." He felt empty. I felt like Tom Brady. But not in a dope way. And I know I've stood up here and taken up a lot more time than I should have. I'm sorry about that. But I wanted to talk about this because I feel like we don't really talk about the emptiness that comes with chasing success. Sometimes it feels like chasing the wind. And we're here at Stanford, we're Dynasty College. In some ways we made it. But I wonder if I'm the only one that feels this way. And I don't want to stand here and tell you guys that God will not figure it out, because I don't. I'm still learning. I've learned some lessons along the way, but I don't want to share it with you now, because I want to talk to you guys about it personally, and I want to hear your story too. Because I think somewhere therein lies the answer. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.